Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment. Independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like a free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. And welcome. And as you may know, on the news today, they said apparently the big tickets on the lottery, they are now $5. So I was going to make a suggestion with all the telephone numbers that I give out. If you're creative and combine them, maybe you could be a billionaire. Who knows? And I enjoy sharing my thoughts with you on the positive aspects of aging. And I cannot stress, especially now with what's going on in the news, how grateful we should be in this country that we still have a way of bickering, and hopefully we can do it in a positive, non-threatening type way. And one of the things that I want to bring out in terms of the positive aspects of aging is that we have wonderful organizations to help people that are less fortunate and don't live in a wonderful country like America. Have you ever considered sharing your thoughts with people who do bad mouthing? Why are people so terribly complaining about our country, where you have people that literally are putting their lives on the line to get here? But as good as we are, we still have not human beings, but monsters who are involved in human trafficking. Would you think in the year 2025 we have a different version of slavery? It is unforgivable. But because of this great country and the opportunities that we have, we've got phenomenal organizations that want to make a positive difference. And one of these organizations that I'm proud to try to help and promote is called Hope Against Trafficking. The whole concept is, how do we prevent it? And if unfortunately people that have been trafficked, what do we do about it? Well, I'm really excited about having some really talented people involved in the program. We have Ben SHAT, who is a coach with Next Level Nonprofit. He is a dynamo in his own way. He's an accomplished tech executive with a track record of success in business development, sales, and executive management. He's led global teams like small companies like Amazon build the North American business of international startup to, we're talking big money, folks, $100 million, and led large sales organizations responsible in raising serious money. Ben is a certified next-level nonprofit coach who excels at building teams and leaders, cultivating organization culture where talent thrives, and driving growth through strategic planning and execution. Ben is passionate about helping missional organizations grow and amplify their impact to the people and communities they serve. Ben, it is an honor to have you on the line. Hello, hey, Ben. You're a heck of a guy.
Thanks for the introduction. I appreciate it.
Tell us about Next Level Nonprofit. What is the organizational mission, and give us a little in-depth description of what you guys do.
Yeah, and thanks for having me on the show, and I know you with somebody else as well. So Next Level Nonprofit was started a few years ago by a gentleman by the name of Chris Lambert, and he was CEO of Life Remodel down in Detroit. Has done amazing things, and he developed the system by his own experience, essentially. And he's operationalized something that is so unique in the nonprofit space. So when you're in the corporate business world, there's many ways that businesses run themselves, and sometimes they implement organizational operating systems, such as like EOS or Pinnacle, or there's so many out there, right? But there was nothing in the space for nonprofits, right? And Chris has a real heart for serving the people that nonprofits serve, and we truly believe that the people that are served by nonprofits deserve the highest level of excellence. So that's why Next Level Nonprofit was created. So it is an organizational operating system that is specifically designed for nonprofits. Okay. And what an organizational operating system is if you think about your computer, you have like Windows, or if you have a Mac, that's like an operating system software. It's kind of like that, but not really. It's basically a framework that creates organizational effectiveness through processes and tools, right? And a very structured approach to leadership development, strategic planning, discipline execution, and it really solves some of the key problems that I think nonprofits have as they're trying to fulfill their mission, right? Things like, hey, I don't know how to attract and retain like top talent, right? A lot of people that are very gifted in the things they do, sometimes they gravitate towards money, right? They go for the corporate jobs, right? So how do you do that as a nonprofit? Or lacking accountability in the roles that a nonprofit has, right? And then even having a strategic plan, creating one that everybody understands about and is excited about, and then also how do you actually execute that strategic plan in a disciplined way, so you don't just set goals, but you know how to get to those goals. And I think the last one is really one of the ones that everybody struggles with in the nonprofit space is missing fundraising targets or not achieving fundraising targets. And having accountability systems in place to help you do that is key to making that happen. So sorry for the long intro, but that's kind of what Next Level Nonprofit is.
Now, since I have a limited amount of talent in terms of the techie world, I'm fortunate I'm surrounded by people that are technology talented. From the way I understand what you described, is your program adaptable to almost any nonprofit organization, or does it have to be in a particular category?
No, it's 100% for any nonprofit.
So I know now you're working with Hope Against Trafficking, but can you identify some other nonprofit organizations that could benefit from what you do?
I mean, we have a range of different nonprofits that have used our system, and we're always signing on new nonprofits. So we started in Detroit, so there's a lot of community development organizations. We've had literacy organization. We've had a cancer-focused nonprofit, Gilda's Club. We've had universities as well, so it's not just human services-based organizations, but also universities and colleges, which are nonprofits, actually. We have, a food pantry organization that serves folks that have challenges there. We've got child advocacy center nonprofits. We've had, ethnic community-centric nonprofit that is using our system, and I'm coaching right now. We've even just signed on a couple of different organizations. One is Zeckelman Holocaust Center, and then also Undivided, which is a racial justice and healing organization that will start coaching soon. So it runs the gamut of all types of nonprofits.
Wow, I must commend you, and not to oversimplify. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the way you describe it, to me, it seems like you're offering a blueprint for a nonprofit organization that's trying to hopscotch from, having dinners and fundraising type deals, and really not having a structured way to raise money and awareness of their organization. Can you be identified in a way that you're providing a blueprint? Is that
Yeah. I think the framework is absolutely a blueprint, and the tools that we've created, Ike, are very easy to implement, and it gives you a real solid foundation for, like, it's not just a plan, like a blueprint plan, but it's actually the tools to build the house, so to speak.
Wow. So, I mean, this is really fantastic. You know, I have a series, what I like to call Ikeisms, and one that I use quite often. And I take certain thoughts and sayings and add my own spin to it. You've heard that saying that you give a man a fish and he has food for one meal, but teach a man how to fish and he can eat forever. And I have trouble with that saying. Everybody says, that's great. It's not so great. If you give a man a fish, that's it. He gets one meal. And if you teach him how to fish, you got to provide him with a fishing pole and also bait and where the fish are. Isn't that what you're involved with a lot of these wonderful non-profit organizations? And I don't mind sharing with you. I encourage anybody listening to join up with organizations like I have, the Rotary Club, the Optimist Club. In fact, the Rotary Club is having one of your representatives speak to us. Any nonprofit organization that's looking to build membership and their bank account should consider actually getting in touch with you. And no matter how well you have a organization put together, you need the terrific talented people to make it happen. And I'm so pleased that Jill is one of those. Jill Long goes a long way since she's the president of Hope Against Trafficking. We have on the board, and apparently you are blessed to have someone like her. And I've met some of the other talented people that work with you. Jill, I'd like to get you in on the conversation and tell us a little about some of the targets, and we've identified them in some of our previous talks. You have the survivor-led entrepreneurship and workforce development. Can you tell us about that, Jill?
Yes. Hi, Ike. Thank you for having me on the show. So one of the things that we promote at Hope Against Trafficking is teaching our women employable skills. If you think about the average age that an individual is trafficked, it's between the ages of 12 and 14. They don't have a lot of employable skills. And after coming out of the tragedy of being trafficked, we allow them space to come and learn a skill that is free of judgment and future harm. So many of our trafficked individuals will be not comfortable around the male population. And so our social enterprise, where they learn how to make soaps, come up with the scents, the names of the products, they learn how to package them and budgeting and finance and essentially how to sell those products, they are able to learn a skill and be comfortable working with society again.
Wow. I mean, not to get off track, but you're basically, like in my description of teaching how to fish, you're actually teaching people how they can become self-sufficient. And obviously, in the name Hope, that ties in with whatever faith you're in. And that is really one of the benefits of being involved in a home where you actually can be providing hope. So someone out there is in that unfortunate spot. What do you suggest they do? Is there a number you'd like to give out? How do they get involved in assisting, as well as getting to if they themselves have been trafficked? Can they call, or how does that work?
Absolutely. They can call us. Our phone number is 248. Bear with me. I don't call it all the time, so I'm looking for a second. I know my number. Our website. We have an application.
We'll get it before it's and I'm sure the Hope Against they are interested. They can call our toll-free number 888-489-8980. So in the event they call, what can they expect? What happens?
When they call our organization, they will be greeted by somebody who will be able to walk them through what their needs are, what they've been through. There's an application process, and they can get that online as well. And we will, if our program is not a right fit for them, we will find a program that is. Some survivors have custody of their children or have different needs than what we are able to provide. We don't ever just say we can't help you. We provide them with resources and get them connected with a program that will be able to help them.
Now, I understand that you also are reaching out to try to get retirees and business leaders involved in the anti-trafficking efforts. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. We all have one of three things: time, talent, and treasure. If there are individuals that would like to come alongside us and share their time, we could use them in ways of driving our survivors to their appointments and to their medical appointments to get the programming that they need and the services that they require to get healthy. If they want to join us on phone campaigns to reach out to volunteers or donors just to say thank you, that is a huge amount of time that we would be able to utilize and be so grateful. We look for individuals with talents. We're looking for people who have skills in business planning, finance, marketing, medical, psychology, to be part of our advisory board. And that just helps us to engage in conversations and think about things outside of our scope of knowledge that will help us get to the next level as an organization. And then finally, treasures, donations. We are always in need of funding.
And if they are interested, again, I'll be glad to put them in touch. If they'll call toll-free number 888-489-8980. And if someone is interested in emailing to you, do you have an email or website that they can check out?
My direct email is Jill, Jill, at hopeagainsttrafficking.org. And our phone number is 248-499-8416.
Okay. Repeat again. Go ahead. 248?
248-499-8416.
Okay. Now, in preparing for the interview, I noticed you're into something that I think is vital, and that is that you actually are helping in terms of teaching children about cyber safety to stop the spread of trafficking before it starts. Is that correct?
That is correct. Education is one of the large parts of our program. Not only do we help survivors, but we are looking to get into the school systems and in front of organizations to bring about awareness, but especially teaching our children. If you think about our children and our youth, online safety is more important than ever before. And we're teaching children what it means to have a safe adult. 40% of children are trafficked by a family member. So that safe adult may not be a family member. It may not be their parent. So identifying their safe adult, that they feel comfortable to go and share their fears and or the traumas that are being placed against them. It's really important that we teach them that there is no shame. And we need to provide space for them to feel comfortable, to find an adult that they can speak out and stop it. If we can stop trafficking at the youth level, we don't have to treat them at the adult level.
Mm-hmm. You know, on a personal basis, and my pet peeve is that unfortunately these monsters that are involved in trafficking are blessed with the social media, and they're so effective with doing horrible things. Why can't we take on a positive approach, and especially with talented people like Ben SHAT, I can see why Next Level Nonprofit is a phenomenal combination. So, Ben, since you got involved, have you come up with a program that has been initiated to get what we talked about done in a positive way?
In terms, sorry, can you repeat, like, in terms of what? Have
you set up a program through your Next Level Nonprofit organization for Hope Against Trafficking? Is there a game plan, so to speak, that you've prepared?
Yeah. So I've been lucky enough to work with Hope for the last, I think it's been 9 months now, huh, Jill?
Yes.
And it's just been an amazing experience. Jill and the whole leadership team is just amazing individuals with such a heart to serve this community and help reverse the this challenge that we have in this world. But so what we've done me as a Next Level Nonprofit coach, right? We have put together, the blueprints, like you mentioned, to help Hope, plan and also execute on their strategic plan of their 4 pillars. And I'll let Jill talk about all of them, but we were just talking about education. That's a huge one, right? But we want to make sure that they have the people, the resources, and the plans to that are aligned to the strategy they've outlined, and making sure they're doing that on a quarterly and even weekly basis to make sure they're continuing walking.
We're going to continue our conversation on upcoming shows because I'm really impressed and so glad to have both of you on. And there is really hope in Hope Against Trafficking. God bless you both. Right now, I got to wrap up this segment with my favorite parting thought, which is, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with the bright side of aging.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other in achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, entrepreneursnetworkofmichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW, stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity.
Because I cannot stress the importance of how the capability of teaming up with the Entrepreneurs Network can help you. A lot of people hear entrepreneurship and they say, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. Truth of it is that in order to really be successful as an entrepreneur, you need talented people around you that can do things that you should be open enough to admit to yourself, hey, I want to stay in my own lane. Because one of the biggest problems entrepreneurs have is because they have come up with a great idea and they're obviously go-getters and want to be self-employed. They can do it all. And there's a great Ikeism, as I like to call, because of my first name, I put some of them together. And one of the biggest Ikeisms that I feel makes sense at this point is that the next worst thing to not knowing is not knowing that you don't know. In order to be successful, you need to have a plan. You have to have a plan not only on how to get started, but on to grow. And once it starts to grow, how you manage it. And all that stuff requires the magic M word, which is money. How do you get it financed? So planning, growing, managing, and financing are vital. And I haven't met any one individual that can be terrific at all of them. So what do? You find people that can make you a success. And about having one of those talented people that can actually get your message out. Her name is JANINE KRASICKY Saday, and she has a cleverly named company called J9 Media Solutions. Hello, JANINE KRASICKY Saday.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Wonderful. I'm curious, is there a significance to J9 in your company name?
Yes, there definitely is. And if you look at my name and how it's spelled, and it's Janine, so it's J-A and the number 9. So when I was trying to start my business,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yes. And every time someone asks me this question, it is the best marketing I've done, to be honest with you, because no one ever forgets. And I've had many clients that call me
I read into it even more. Actually, you have the first 3 letters of January, which is the beginning of the year. So you can help someone begin their business.
Wow, that's true. Yeah. That's very true.
So since you're in the media world, as you know, and all these network-type meetings, you're asked to give your 60-second elevator pitch. And I was going to give you that opportunity. So, JANINE KRASICKY Saday, what is your 60-second elevator pitch? Go for it.
Sure. Basically, J9 Media Solutions helps organizations educate, inspire, and connect with their key audiences. We use strategic communications, storytelling, and relationship building to help companies and organizations talk to the people they need to. We have a virtual team of experts at our fingertips to help achieve whatever results it is that a company or mission-based organization wants. As I've grown since 2003, I really found that my niche is to work with companies that have a mission, and most of them are nonprofits that are looking to try to help people. And but I also have a background in education, art, automotive, and manufacturing. So we've helped a lot of them do just that.
Now, I hate to put you on the spot, and this is a classic deal where you're asked if you have children, which child you like the most. And it's likewise, I'm going to put you on the spot without children. Are there particular businesses that you like the most to work with, or did you find it a challenge and you can feel creative in helping almost any type business?
Well, I will say that I've worked with a lot of different kinds of companies over the course of my business, but I really do have a soft heart for the nonprofits. And right now I'm working with Hope Against Trafficking, and they're trying to help survivors who have gone through the unimaginable, and to know that I could help them grow and to let more people know that it's happening in our community, and that we have a resource right here in Pontiac, Michigan that can help people survive what they've gone through. It really does give me a soft spot in my heart.
Mm-hmm. Now, would houses of faith be a possible market for you as well, or are you trying to stay away from the religious area in our life?
No, not at all. It's not. It doesn't just have to be, an organization like what they're going after. I mean, I've worked with literacy organizations. I work with the local utility workers union. I've done work with the MS Society and Beyond Basics. Really, what makes a good client for me is really a company or mission-based organization that has, they're just helping people. They're lifting up the vulnerable. They're helping them have a better life, and it makes me happy to do that because I know that we can all use a little extra hand.
Now, can you share some of the or any of the organizations that you stepped in, and what occurred, what happened?
Sure. Yeah, no, I'd be happy to do that. So one of the fun stories that I like to tell is when I worked with the MS Society years ago. It was back in when I first started the business. And basically, it was an organization I was already involved in. I had been doing a team to raise money for the MS Society for years. And I ran into her at an event, the woman that runs it, and we started chatting, and she was looking for some help to try to get stories told about what it is that they were trying to do and how it helped. And, my aunt had MS, and so I was just like, wow, this would be great. I'd love to do this. And it was an interesting story because when we talked, she said, well, I really don't have any the money to pay you right now. And I said, well, maybe we can work something out. And she said, well, how about if I pay you once the walks are all done and our fundraising season is over? And I said, that's fine. And so we worked it out. I knew and trusted her. And we got over 30 stories placed for them in different newspapers and on TV, and even helped add an extra team so that businesses that were out there could build their own teams and help raise money, because obviously businesses have more money. And it was a good partnership for both of us.
So that means, in fact, one thing that seems to be a common thread to almost all nonprofit organizations is they really they don't have a budget for marketing. Is it safe to assume that a nonprofit organization out there that's struggling and doesn't have the money to get the message out, that you can indeed help in raising funds for them? Is that right? Did I hear you right?
I try to help them. I mean, I can't, none of us can guarantee anything, but I will say, another organization that I worked with is Beyond Basics. I did some work to, along with another partner, to try to help them with their messaging, and then, really ultimately doing a intro to a documentary they had done. And after, and it's kind of humorous in a way, but it ended up being this launch of the documentary was on the day of a funeral for Mike Ilitch. So all of the media were at his funeral. I mean, it's just, you can't make this up, right? But
Right.
I didn't stop at the day of the event. I mean, you can't just give up and say, oh, well, we can't get you any coverage. No, of course you can. And so I kept following up, and lo and behold, I had gotten a hold of a reporter that was new at Cranes and was establishing something about Detroit. And so during the beginning of reading month in March, they ended up doing a big story on Beyond Basics on the front cover of Crane's Detroit Business because there were businesses that were helping to fund this process. And then after that story got there, on the front page, obviously a lot of business leaders were reading it. And, eventually they even got General Motors started a family literacy center at Durfee Innovation Society. They gave the money so that Beyond Basics could help families too. So, there are things that you can do, and not all nonprofits don't have budget. In fact, during COVID-19, it was the nonprofits and mission-based companies that stayed with my business. It was the bigger businesses like Maxi on Wheels that had a plant in Ohio that they had to shutter. They were the ones that pulled back their budget, but nonprofits had to help people during COVID, and they had to spend money. They had to deal with the crisis. So that's what we do. We help people through their crises, and the smart nonprofits do dedicate a budget towards these things because it's the only way that you're going to get people to know who it is that you are and why it's important and why it affects every person in the community.
Wow. So have you had any experience in solo entrepreneurs, people in business that, are wanting to get started in a particular business? Do you have a game plan, so to speak, for them to be successful in their field? Do you do that as well?
I haven't done as much work with that startup that's a solo, because it is, in that case, usually someone trying to make something out of nothing. They're starting their business from scratch. So entrepreneurs that are just beginning can be more difficult and have less budget in mind. But I will say that I can help with business planning. I have helped create, new branding with the help of a designer. I've helped small businesses. Not all of them are solo, but, I can work with them and at least talk to them, give them ideas and resources. But, I will say this much. That's how I started. I had a computer and I lost my job twice in 2 years. And I, was basically getting ready to give up on my profession because it was right after 9/11. I got laid off. And then a year later, another company like it hired me. And the next year they laid me off again. And the president told me, I think I need to apologize to you, and I should really have let you start your business. And I told him, no need to apologize. I learned a lot from working directly for the CEO and the chief operating officer and president. And, honestly, it was the best thing that could have happened to me because it's enabled me to live the life I want to live by being an entrepreneur. I can work around the things that happen in everyday life and, and help the kinds of organizations I like to, instead of getting stuck in one job that is miserable or not that fulfilling.
Yes, well, Janine, I want to compliment you because you fit in my philosophy that you are open in what you can do and what you don't feel comfortable in doing. You can bring in the right resource people that can make it happen, and that's really a reason people should call you, since you had that array of experience. If someone wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way?
Well, the best way is probably to visit our website. It's www.j9media.com, or you can call our office at 248-542-3991.
Okay, and of course, I always like to give out my safety net number to put you in touch, and that is 888-489-8980. So, Janine, maybe, who knows, from working together, we can make a lot of nonprofit organizations profitable. Thanks
That's
to
what I hope for,
Media Solutions. God bless. I got to take a brief break, and we'll be right back with some finishing thoughts. So don't go away. We're going to be right back.
For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now.
And if you are interested in getting involved in a business that's never going to go away, as at least aside from the healthcare field, there's basic things like moving. No matter what happens with all the technology, people are going to have to move either into a business or into a home, and that's why Sam George, who's a true entrepreneur and a veteran, has opened up his knowledge to offer licensing into getting into the business of moving. It's a very lucrative business if you can team up with people like Sam George. He's, as I mentioned, a veteran, hires veterans, and encourages his veterans that want to get into their own business. He can help in the financing of getting you started and actually monitor your ongoing success. The truth of it is, no matter how smart you feel you are, you cannot do it alone. In fact, speaking of alone, the Lone Ranger needed Tonto to be successful. So that's why we at the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan encourage you to team up with people that we've seen in their own life being successful. Our Entrepreneurs Network has been around now for almost half a century. We work with the Small Business Administration and also SCORE, Senior Corps Retired Executives. We have almost every day network meeting where you can rub elbows and also share thoughts with fellow entrepreneurs. When you analyze it, like everything in life, you have to have a game plan to be successful. We do not charge for the initial assessment of what you want to do, but we help you plan based on your talents or what you should consider doing. And once we've identified what we feel should be helpful to you, we don't just run away. You have ongoing support 7 days a week. Yep, 7 days a week. Call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. We can help you in the planning, for example, of the business. And if you want to meet in person to get more insight and also meet people that are already in the business, on the fourth Tuesday of April, which is going to be April the 29th, April 29th from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. We meet right at the headquarter office of the Lakes Area Chamber of Commerce in Wall Lake, Michigan. The Lakes Area Chamber of Commerce is an umbrella organization of about 4 of the communities in Oakland County, and we're going to have a dynamic speaker who has been on the show and actually is our digital marketing manager, Rosh Sillers. Rosh will be discussing how artificial intelligence can really help you not only start and grow, but be an ongoing way of you promoting so you can be the best at what you're trying to get done. Yes, Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan is here to help you because we indeed are here to help promote the American dream. It's still alive. And I want to share some more thoughts, but not today. We'll do it at the next visit. Right now, I have only enough time for my favorite parting thought, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.